Welcome to GoHighlanders.com. I'm Megan Riza, sitting down with women's basketball player Natasha Hadley. Thank you, Natasha, for joining us today. Well, Natasha, we wanted to have a chance to sit down with you, review your career. Some career highlights to begin with. Your 11 and 12 season, you were Big West honorable mention. Led the team in field goal percentage, rebounds, field goals. You scored in double figures 18 times and started 28 of the 29 games. Last season, you were the Big West Women's Basketball Player of the week of December 3rd. You led the team in rebounds, blocks, field goal percentages, scored in double figures 18 times again, and started at least 27 games of the season. An amazing career. How do you view your career here at UCR?
How do I view it? It's been a good time, I think. I feel like, I don't know if I was set back, but in some ways, like with my injury, it's kind of been, like at the end of some seasons, I've had some issues with my knee just because, you know, I had ACL surgery, well, now 4 years ago, and I don't know if it's really been a setback, but I mean, I've enjoyed my time here and I feel like I maybe could have done better in some ways, but I don't know, I feel like I've helped my team to the best of my ability when I could, you know.
Absolutely, the numbers completely show for it. Can you pick out maybe one favorite moment or memory of your time here?
Honestly, my all-time favorite moment has to have been when I was redshirting. I was redshirt freshman at the Big West tournament and we won. That was hands down the most amazing thing I think that's ever happened, just because it felt so good. Even though, you know, I hadn't been on the floor with my team, I was still there. Like Coach Marg made it a big deal for me to be everywhere, like on all the trips and go everywhere with the team, even though I was hurt, just so I could like kind of experience it, because you know he wanted me to have that feeling for the next year when I was ready. And even though I didn't play, like some of the older girls, which really, I mean, I felt really honored because some of the older girls would ask me what I saw like after games, or like how I felt about the game, or you know what my feelings were, and I thought that was amazing. So when we won, I did feel, you know, a part of it. I even like limped out onto the floor, you know, when we won. I mean, it was an amazing feeling, and then that was topped off by going to the NCAA tournament, you know. And I mean, ever since then, I've always wanted to go back, and that's always been the goal. Absolutely.
Well, you touched on it a little bit. You had ACL surgery. Can you tell us a little bit more about what happened and what it's been like coming back from such an injury like that?
Well, it was a while ago. I mean, it was my first year here, so. But the biggest part about it wasn't just my ACL. When I tore my ACL, I also tore my MCL and my meniscus. And so they call that the terrible triad or the unhappy triad, whatever you want to call it. It was terrible for me. But it was hard because it was the first time I was truly injured. Like my senior year in high school, I sprained my ankle pretty bad. But that was, I mean, you know, that's not the same as having to have surgery. So it was different. It was hard to deal with that first because I was out for 7 months, you know, and the biggest, I think, problem for me was that I was really excited about the season. It was like the first week of practice that I tore my ACL, you know. So for me, that was just kind of a big letdown in a lot of ways. But looking back on it now, not that I'm happy that it happened, but I accept that it happened and that it was better for me in the long run. You know, being here for 5 years, you know, I have more experiences, and even just the experience of going through rehab for 6 months, I think, or 6 or 7 months, was really beneficial for me now, looking back at it now.
Well, switching gears a little bit, we were looking through your bio and noticed that you are quite the hidden treasure. You have written down in your bio that you are an avid knitter. And that's not exactly the most common hobby of a college student.
Yeah.
So we wanted to sit down and ask you, how did you develop this passion?
Well, the knitting started, I guess, when I was younger because my grandma taught it to me. And then when I had the ACL surgery, I kind of had a lot of downtime, you know, not downtime in the sense, but I had time to myself a lot. And after the surgery, I stayed a lot with my grandmother, my dad's mother, and she taught me how to crochet, which I've really been big into lately because I kind of like I know it's quicker, so like there's more instant gratification to it, which I like. I mean, I'm an American, I think that's normal. But I don't know, I like the idea of like sitting down to watch TV or something and then creating something in the process. Like I'm not just sitting around. Like I don't know, I like the idea of that. It's cool.
I saw you brought some stuff.
I brought one of my favorite projects. It's my favorite project mostly because I didn't really have a pattern. I just kind of started and went, and it's just a little cow there. So yeah, and I like how at first it was really difficult to deal with because the yarn was hard, but that's why it's one of my favorites.
Pretty colors too.
Yeah.
Can you show us how to do it?
I could show you a little bit. I mean, it's kind of, I've tried to teach some of my teammates, a little confusing at times, but you take your hook, you have your yarn, and this is what you'd call a singer crochet, and it's just a type of stitch.
Okay.
So technically I could make a scarf out of this or whatever, but I mean, that's what I kind of like too about it, because I can come up with my own patterns and create my own stuff. Like I've made things for my teammates before in the past, and like on the long trips in the winter, it's nice to like make hats and scarves and whatever. So it's fun. I don't know, I like it.
That's really fun hobby. Well, we also noticed that you speak a little French as well. So we have a little quiz for you today to test your French skills. To begin, we have an easy one.
All right.
Bon appetit.
Wait.
Oh,
bon appetit.
Bon appetit. You have to bear with me. I have more of a Spanish accent than anything. What does it mean?
It's something you'd say like if you're eating. I mean, I guess it's like
enjoy your meal.
Yeah, enjoy your food.
All right, next word. Au contraire.
Au contraire. If you're having an argument, you can say, well, like, not exactly or whatever. I don't know. It's
on the contrary.
Yeah, on the contrary. Plaire.
Plaire.
Uh-oh. It looks familiar.
Moving into a couple harder ones now.
Plaire. Je sais pas. Plaire.
To be successful.
Oh, I should know that one. Wow. Well, now I know. I've learned something new.
All right, I'm not even going to try.
It's hard to say. It's water. I know it's water. Oh. When you get a bunch of vowels together, it gets complicated.
I have to remember that.
Oh, I know this one. Doucement. Slowly.
Yes.
When you struggle with French, you have to know that one when you're speaking to other French people. Doucement, s'il vous plaît. Slower, please.
Okay, that's good. I'll have to definitely remember that.
L'aller? I would think let's go, maybe, or I'm not sure, actually.
We have driveway.
Driveway? Oh, d'accord. I understand. Okay, I figured that one out. L'aller. Okay. Driveway. Fraise.
Something that you eat?
Yes, it's berries. Is it berries?
Yeah. Strawberry.
Strawberries. Okay.
You're doing good.
I would get half credit on a quiz. Ballon de basket, basketball.
I thought we were going to get it.
That was too easy. Marquer un jouet, to miss a game.
We have to guard a player.
Really? I have to work on my basketball vocabulary.
Last one.
Faire un dunk, to dunk the ball, I'm guessing.
All right, well, that's pretty good. Clearly, I know nothing about French.
It's definitely a hard language, oh my goodness.
Well, last question. We want to know what you have, if you have any plans for the future, or what can we expect to see from you after your time here at UCR?
For me right now, I think my biggest goal would be to play overseas. I mean, obviously it would be really nice to go to France. I mean, that's the biggest goal. I think that's why I stuck with French. I mean, I'm getting a minor in it, you know. If that doesn't work out, I really want to go back to school, you know, because I understand that's in this day and age, a bachelor's degree, I mean, a master's can get you further, you know. As far as what I'd go to study, I'm not sure, just because my biggest focus here, honestly, has been basketball, and that's kind of what I want to move forward with in the next chapter.
Very, very exciting. Well, thank you so much for joining us today and being patient with me and my French and teaching me how to crochet. We're very excited to hear about all that you have to come.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. All right.